Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing your reading today. This particular reading is for the sign of Aries. Alright, let's see what energies are currently influencing Aries. 1, 2, 3. At the bottom of the deck, we have attitude, desiring intimacy. And then we have card number 9, meeting. So I'm definitely getting the vibe that you're going to be meeting somebody that you connect with on a very deep level. Like somebody that you'll actually be able to trust with your deepest and darkest secrets. Alright. Now the first card up here we have is card number 4, knowing. Now this card generally speaks to intuition, that deeper knowing. To me, this card is very similar to the High Priestess. Alright, so the action for this card is trust, and the advice is express yourself in every way. The pyramid reflects ancient knowledge. Trust in the articulation of your mind. Feel the knowing of your body. Embrace the teachings of the soul. Learning is an act of remembering. Self-doubt and fear kills inspiration and imagination. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You exist in a league of your own. Listen for what is known in the cells of the body. Trust the depths of the brain. How do you know what you know? What will you do with your knowledge? Express yourself without reservations. Articulation comes with ease, and your words hit their intended mark. You are understood and respected when you make yourself clear. Cats trust what they know. You can trust inner knowledge. What you know may not make sense logically, but follow your instincts keenly. The choices you make about people and experiences need no apology or explanation. Walk away when your work is done. How do you want your expressions to be honored in the world? What is your legacy? What do you leave behind for those who will walk in your footsteps? It's like I said, this card is very akin to the High Priestess here because, where it speaks about ancient knowledge and, trusting your mind, feel the knowing of your body, embrace the teachings of the soul. Learning is an act of remembering. The brain is a muscle just like anything else in the body, and, you can really, in a sense, trigger knowledge that you may have forgotten, knowledge that you didn't even know you had. And the more you exercise that, the more easy rather it is to, do exactly that, right? And it also speaks, self-doubt and fear kills inspiration and imagination, so stop comparing yourself to other people. Listen for what is known in the cells of your body. Trust the depths of the brain. It speaks to how, cats trust what they know. And what you know may not make sense logically, but to still follow your instincts. Because at the end of the day, instincts are really what help you to survive. And more times than not, instincts don't exactly make logical sense, which is why a lot of people don't follow them. That's why a lot of people, they don't follow their gut. They don't follow, they don't go with that first answer that pops into their mind. And what gives them the wrong answer is thinking too much about it, right? If they would have just gone with the first thing that popped in their mind, they would have been right. Alright, now the next card we have up is card number 2, feeling. Now this card speaks to a vulnerability of sorts. The action for this card is open the heart, and the advice is embrace vulnerability. Open yourself to every feeling associated with your situation. Embrace the entire emotional spectrum, the light, the dark, and every shade in between. Allow an open flow and know you are protected. Emotions can't hurt you, even the scariest and saddest. The darkness defines the light. Darkness encourages the light shine brighter. Embrace dark and light with equal openness. Resistance breeds confusion. Repression is blockage. Journal for clarity. Walk for inspiration. Allow music to bring tears of melancholia and joy. Forget the mind and focus your own heartbeat without judgment. March to the beat of your own drum. Know you are protected in all areas. Emotions are a way of gauging life's rhythms and results. Feel emotions without reacting out of them. Those who respond out of emotion are not acting in authenticity. Do not linger in extreme emotional spaces. Our feline friends prefer relaxed states of being and are happy to model this for us. Follow their lead. Now, between these two cards, I definitely get, the vibe of, like, authenticity, right? Because between, being vulnerable and, like, following your instincts, that inner knowing, to really be able to connect with those things on a genuine level, you have to really know yourself. You have to really, be connected to yourself and understand yourself. It's like the signs that your body sends you, like even down to like a cellular level. And I feel like here with this particular card, right, it speaks to the more emotional side of connecting with oneself, because here, where it says emotions can't hurt you, even the scariest and saddest, like, you control how things affect you just as you control how you react to things. Whereas, like, at the bottom they say those who respond out of emotion are not acting in authenticity. Do not linger in extreme emotional spaces. You have to really just, you need to operate from the mindset that you are protected in every which way. And that will make it much easier for you to be vulnerable, not only with yourself, but that will also create space for you to be vulnerable with others. Which, to me, really also speaks to how the two cards at the bottom of the Oracle deck that were talking about, like, connection and stuff like that, like, I believe it was meeting, and what was it? Desiring intimacy. So yeah, I feel like this is sort of like setting you up to really, like, meet somebody and be open to, like, being genuinely, like, vulnerable in this situation, in this connection. I feel like that's something that you probably struggled with in the past. Alright, now going to take a look at what it is you need to know at this time. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Let's see. Well, there is some sort of truth coming out here. Some sort of illumination that's going to lead to a healing. Possibly even a letting go of something you've been holding on to. You're definitely dropping the burdens here and taking it selfish. You know what that means if you're a Schitt's Creek fan, but if you're not, I will let you know right now that is, like, it's your turn to rest, take a break, right? Take some time for yourself. Christ. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ace of Cups. And then we have the High Priestess. As I was talking about before, this card being very akin to High Priestess energy, so it only makes sense. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yet, I feel like, you're gonna, how do I explain this? It's like, taking this time to really pour back into yourself, pour into your own cup, that's gonna help you to connect with yourself more, which in turn will help you connect with the universe more. That will make it easier to pick up on the signs and the synchronicities that are here, and they're meant to guide you in the right direction. And then with this Six of Pentacles here, I feel like, that's what's going to help you create like an equal give and take and dynamic in your relationships, no matter what kind of relationships they are, whether, platonic, with family, friends, or a lover. And then under all three of those, we have the Three of Cups here, so I don't know if there's going to be maybe some sort of celebration at some point. You get together with, friends, family, and all that jazz. Alright, now, first up here we have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and Temperance. Is it focus? There we go. Alright, so I definitely get the vibe here that there is some sort of truth that you've been holding on to, something that you may have honestly even been ignoring. And I feel like, when you're doing this inner work, as you're pouring back into yourself, that allows you to open up to yourself and be honest with yourself, right? Illuminating, maybe the way you've been operating in relationships, any sort of connections, not just romantic, right? The way that you operate in general when it comes to connecting with other people. And then with, oops, wrong side. And then with, was it Temperance, did I say? Yeah, I feel like that's Temperance. Sorry, the conversation in the hallway next to me really just sort of distracted me. Yeah, this truth about yourself that you're really like, I feel like this ability to now be honest with yourself, right, about yourself, it's really helping you to move forward, heal, and change the way that you operate in any sort of connection. Right, now next up we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Wands. Excuse me. Alright, so here I get, with the Eight of Pentacles, you're doing this work on yourself, you're doing the inner work, right? And with the Nine of Pentacles, that inner work is starting to show outwardly because, what was it? I just had a phrase in my mind. It's what's going on inside of you is reflected on the outside, right? As within, so without. So with that Nine of Pentacles, right, the inner work that you've been doing, the healing that you've been doing is really starting to show outwardly as, a glow up, right? You're feeling good, you're looking good, you're out there being your most authentic self. And as you do that, that's going to really, make your shine brighter. It's going to make your light shine even brighter. And with this Ten of Wands here, I feel like you're putting down the burdens. There are things that you are no longer dealing with because you've been doing this healing, and that is, this different way that you are now operating, or very soon will be operating, is going to create that ability to say no, really. Because I feel like that's something that a lot of you struggle with, is saying no, especially when it comes to people you care, when what you really need to do, is take time for yourself and not be constantly doing for others. Because that will drain you. Alright, now next up we have the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Excuse me. Now here, what really catches my eye here is the 8 to the 9 to the 10 of Pentacles. Now, I get here with that Four of Swords, right? You've been taking that time out to really rest and recharge after doing all of this inner work, right? Because that shit can be exhausting. Emotionally, mentally, physically. And you don't want to overwork yourself. You don't want to do too much, because that's how you get sick, right? Now that's what's very interesting here, is this Knight of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles here. So I get the vibe that, there was somebody maybe that you were previously connected to, or it could be somebody new, was how we had meeting and desiring intimacy at the bottom of the Oracle deck. This could be somebody new, this Knight of Swords. And I feel like, they're coming forward with these messages because they can feel, right? I feel like you guys vibe on a different level. I feel like you guys, vibe a lot intuitively here. And you connect on that more cerebral, 5D level, telepathy-wise. And they can feel you're going through this healing. You've been doing all of this work, and it's kind of this is the time for them to come forward with their truth, or this is the time for you to come forward to them with your truth. And then that brings you guys to this Ten of Pentacles here. So I get the vibe that you guys could definitely be, talking about, making certain moves towards this sort of stability together. You could be talking about moving in. You could be talking about, building a family. You could be talking about, maybe even building a business together. If the both of you have your own businesses, then you could be talking about combining businesses, right? I feel like, there's a lot here about, this is the sort of, I don't want to say reward, but this was the end goal. This was why you had to go through all of this healing and have that time to yourself, so that you could really come to a place where you can handle this. You can come to a place where you can, genuinely connect with another and build something beautiful with them. Now, whether this person was already in your life or not, I can't particularly say, but regardless, that Four of Swords could also speak to a separation of sorts, where the both of you could have gone on your own healing paths, and this is something that you both had to do on your own, so that when you come back together, you could have the ability to genuinely build this Ten of Pentacles here. Alright, Aries, these are the messages that I have for you today, and I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.